The Crew Podcast. We are the hottest podcast rocking right now. We are currently looking for 6 amazing hosts to join our family for season 2 that will kick off February the 1st, 2024. If you're looking for an opportunity to allow your voice, your perspective, and your brand to be heard around the world and seen around the world, then join The Crew Podcast. 3, 2, 1, it's going down like confetti. Water 10 to 1 shots again. If we feel it on a Well, welcome, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Crew Podcast, y'all. It's always something. I was kicked out and in the middle of the commercial, but nevertheless, y'all know we keep on pushing. For those that are new tuning in to the network, I am the visionary of the Crew Podcast. I am affectionately known as the queen of collaboration across these social media platforms. If you would, please share this out in your circle of influence, because you never know what the next person may be in need of. Tonight, I have a very special guest. Y'all know we just released the book, The Forgotten Queens, and it is dedicated to those queens that are incarcerated within the TDCJ. I come across some individuals and they have touched my heart, and God dropped in my spirit to do that book. And I have to give a shout out to the 20 queens that decided to share hope inside of that book. So shout out to you guys. Thank you, y'all. We are currently ranked number 1 in women's poetry as well as poetry anthology. If you have not went over and grabbed your e-copy, I want you guys to go over and grab your e-copy. It's free until tomorrow. So go grab your e-copy and support these amazing queens. So tonight I have another amazing queen that's behind prison walls, and she's going to be sharing a little bit with us tonight. If you would, please introduce yourself to those that are tuning in.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Michelle Harper. I'm currently incarcerated at the hobby unit, which is also known as hobby hell. It's pretty horrible here, guys. My story is kind of a tough one, and it's hard.
Yeah, here you go right now.
I was arrested on a capital murder charge and pretty much coerced by my public offender attorney to plea out to a lesser charge of serious bodily injury. So he didn't explain to me at all anything that was really going on. I was 25 years old. I had 3 young sons that I was trying to go home to. And some circumstances led up to a horrible situation. And I was completely blindsided. And young, and I trusted the system. I was in county, I guess, maybe almost 2 years, and waited on trial. I went to trial. I didn't see my attorney maybe 2 times before I went to trial. On the trial day, the day of jury selection, he came in and bombarded me with, you're gonna take a plea deal. And I was like, I'm not taking a plea deal. I don't want to do that. I really don't understand that. I just want to go in and tell my story of what happened. And he was like, you're facing the death penalty. They're going to kill you if you do not take this plea deal. And as I said, I have 3 small kids. So I had to go home. I told her I didn't want to do about it. I cried. I went in back to the pod. I called my grandmother, and I told my grandmother what was going on. And she advised me, trust in the justice system to do whatever the man said. So I did. I pled out. I took the plea deal. He told me I needed to change my story to match what the indictment said. and pretty much led me into a story. So I didn't realize that when I was actually going, I thought I was going to trial, but I was actually doing an open plea. I didn't find out what an open plea was until I was already incarcerated on the hobby unit, well, probably about 9 years into my sentence. And I just felt like I was young, I was misled, I was coerced, even against my better judgment. I did what the attorney told me to do, and so basically the attorney told me to say, and lost my life. I lost everything. I have a 75-year sentence. I've done 19 years flat on a 75-year sentence. I've lost my mother. I've lost my grandmother. I've lost my aunt. I've lost my children. In a sense, I've lost everything. I have nothing. And the things that I do have, the people that I do have in my life are not even what you would consider blood family. It's a lady that was the best friend of an aunt that was even my blood aunt, and her name is Bernadette, and she has just been a pillar of strength in my life. Like, it's very hard in here, the things that we see, the things that we go through. We have to watch our peers be beat up by other inmates. If we intervene, then we're in trouble. If we don't intervene, then we're in trouble. You know, we're held accountable for what other people do. And it's hard. It's difficult. We're alone in here. We need help. We need help. So if you can help, you can use your voice to help. We need it. We're not fed properly. We don't have the right. Our water is not clean. I was in the hobby unit, got a parasite that ate through my intestines, and had to have at least 5 different surgeries on my colon. And my, I mean, it's horrible. It is bad the way that they do it. It really is. And we need help. They physically, mentally abuse us. They try to goat us into fighting even them, and it's just crazy. It is very, very crazy, the things that go on here. Pretty much, if we have each other. If we don't have each other, we don't have anything else. And we just need some help. We need help.
That's sad. This is just another case of how the Texas judicial system alienates and victimize the citizens. Like, I'm not from Texas, and these cases, they just baffle me, and it bothers me. Like, I don't see how the citizens of Texas allow this, and they keep allowing these people that are in charge be in charge. I'm listening and hearing different things from different people, and there's a pattern with the Texas judicial system. There's a serious pattern. Yeah. There's corruption, first of all, and these lawyers, it's like they're working with the prosecutors and the judges, to meet quota and to meet these different things. I'm finding out that they are paying these expert witnesses thousands of dollars to come and be expert witnesses, and then they getting on the stand and lying and not even producing evidence, and they just going along with what the people are saying. Now, I heard you say that your lawyer told you what to say and changed everything. Okay, so he pretty much, the indictment or whatever had drawn out what they thought had happened or whatever the situation was, and they made you go along with that, is what you're saying?
When I told him the events of the day of that accident, he was like, I'm going to get you out of here. You don't have to worry about it. It's no big deal. So I had high hopes, And, of course, no, that's not what happened. He came and he was like, let's take the plea deal. They're going to, the indictment says this, and this. And the story that you're telling me that you want to share with these people is not going to match the indictment. So therefore, it's not going to let you get the plea deal. So I need you to change your story to match this, and this. certain things out of the indictment. And I was like, what? It didn't feel right. It was not the right thing to do at all. And I went against my better judgment. But I just wanted to believe in my mind this man was trying to help me. And he knew what he was talking about. But I have since been incarcerated, graduated a paralegal studies course. And now I see, no, I was never even eligible for that. They had no proof or evidence of anything. If I was to get to trial, it could have been a whole different way, and I didn't know anything. So that's exactly what happened. And yeah.
And in Texas, they use that because you didn't know it doesn't matter. It's not their fault that you didn't know. Because they are on this time thing where you have a certain amount of time that you have to appeal to go against the judgment or whatever the case may be, whether you're innocent or not. That's what I'm finding out, because there are so many people that did not commit the crimes that these people have said that they have committed, and they have been proven that they did not commit these crimes, have documentations, and these people still will not let them go home. And even the judges have written inmates and told inmates that if this is true and this is true, not trying to implicate themselves, but know that they are part of the problem and know that they have the key to set these people free. But if they set them free, then they know that they're going to be in trouble. Like, it's so much with the state of Texas it's just crazy. I just can't believe that all this stuff is going on in the state of Texas and nobody is doing anything about it. I'm hearing about the food. I'm hearing about the living conditions. Like last week, it's been about 2 weeks ago. I had to write a letter to the administration about food over at Connolly and McConnell. Worms or maggots or whatever the case may be. They arguing about what it was. No, the point that something outside of food was in food. That's an issue. That is a serious issue. So some people got fired and a whole bunch of food got thrown away. So they probably hot at me right now. But I don't care.
Yeah,
and there's an article. Coming out in this month's magazine about y'all. Look, I've been making noise about the hobby unit for about 2 months now. So somebody gonna sooner or later, somebody gonna say something, because I've been, they've been hearing it, and I'm not stopping.
Yeah. So the water conditions, like in the city of Marlin, where hobby unit is located, they don't have water half the time, and the water conditions here are so horrible. The city of Marlin stays on the boil ban, and I'm going to say 99.5% of the time they never tell we're never notified. They never boil our water. And so when the rest of the city is on their boil ban, the unit here doesn't take precautions to make sure that our water is boiled and stuff like that. They don't even usually tell us. It's pretty disgusting.
And that is a violation of your human rights. Yeah, everybody in those units need to be complaining. Like, y'all need to be complaining.
Yeah, I try to, as much as I can, tell people to fight diplomatically, to use the grievance process to try to take things further. But women don't really stick together in here. Well, there's a few of us that do, and stand up and stick together. But the women here, they don't. A lot of the time, we are deterred really from making a complaint because of the retaliation that goes on here. There was a time where if you wrote a grievance on this unit, that the grievance officer would just tear it up and throw it away. You would never see it or hear about it again. And a lot of the times, the higher rank, they don't take anything seriously. Like, it's not a serious matter. It's just, this is like one of the most poorly ran units I have been on. If you want to be an inmate and you want to run around crazy and live your life and do what you want to do and don't have any structure, this is probably a unit to be on. But if you want structure, if you want to wake up to the routine and, make sure that you're going to get a shower every day, or you're going to have to get out to chow every day, then this is really not the unit for that to happen at, because nothing remains the same here at all. Every day it's something different. There's like a spirit of oppression on the unit. It's very oppressive. It's horrible. The way the staff act, how they talk to us, the things that they do. It's very, very, very unprofessional and not helpful at all. They don't take anything serious. I literally had a stroke. What was it, like maybe last summer? No, the summer before last, had a stroke. And the captain of the unit had got me in a wheelchair and told me that I better not go tell those people that my chest was hurting me, because they didn't have enough staff to take me off the unit to the hospital. And the next day they sent me to medical. They left me here with no medical treatment because medical had already been closed. The next day they sent me to medical, and the nurse freaked out. My blood pressure had dropped so low that she immediately called the provider and was saying that the 911 me off the unit. And of course they covered it up and said it was all due to a urinary tract infection. But the side of my face went numb and my chest was hurting. And that's not a urinary tract infection symptoms at all, but they don't care. They really don't care. If we don't take care of each other and look out for each other here, we can end up dead very easily. Very, very easily. It's a bad situation.
And that's an issue, because they and I keep stressing this, and I'm not gonna let it go. If TDCJ do not have enough officers to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do, that they're keeping these facilities properly staffed, so that they can give out the nutritious meal, because the meals are not nutritious. They're not making their rounds. So make sure that the welfare checks are being done. I've heard that some of the units never get welfare checks. These people go in they look whatever their cages and stay in their cages. They don't come out and check. They stay in their cages the whole time they're at work, and nobody is holding these people accountable. And that's what happened this past weekend over at Clemens. And an inmate walked right on out the door because they're not doing their jobs. Inmate walked right out the door. And guess what happened? The 2 wardens got fired, a captain, and some more correction officers. And they have not been doing their job. They've been over there just doing whatever and letting whoever do whatever. Because I had some issues with the warden over there anyway, because they were allowing other inmates to steal other inmates' stuff, and they knew this was going on. Like, that's one of the units where you can go to school. So one of the guys that's a part of the Free Texas campaign, he is going to school, and he said twice he's went to school and come back, and his whole cell had been wiped out. He said the last time they took everything out of his cell but his Bible, and they did absolutely nothing about it. And then they tried to give him a case because he told his family member, and his family member reported it, and they tried to give him a case. He got bogus case now. And then now that all this stuff has happened over there, you got ranking officers telling him that hopefully that they'll take those bogus charges off of him. How can y'all know that these people are doing this bogus stuff and y'all allow it? But
here also a lot of it. There's a lot of people everybody. It seems like everybody's related to everybody here. And then, of course, they have their relationships and stuff like that. And that's how it goes here. If one officer doesn't like you, then they can lie on you and say you did something you didn't do, and then they all stick together and they cover it up. And it's really crazy. It's like nobody has their own mind. So it doesn't do you any good to go to a ranking officer on a correctional officer to tell them that something's going on, because they all stick together and cover everything up. It's ridiculous. Like, nobody does the right thing here at all. Whatever's right, they're doing the opposite of that.
Wow, that is sad. And like, well, like I say, I'm continuing to write these different people, and as I write them, I say I'm not just writing one person. I write a slew of them. There's probably about 20 to 25 people included in these emails when I send them out. And I think the ombudsman, he might have been upset with me when I wrote about the food situation. But it got a couple of people fired, and then they got a whole bunch of food got thrown out. And I think the guys at Connolly and the guys at McConnell, they kind of over right now. But like I say, we gonna keep making noise. Change is not gonna happen overnight. But just know that change is here. Um, I just I am change that I desire to see in this world. I can't sit quietly and allow anything that is out of the norm around me to be out of the norm. Because I truly believe that once you come into the knowledge of something, you have to act upon that, because that's the word. And I just believe that. And this has been placed in my lap, it's been placed in my hand, and I just have to be obedient. So I'm just doing what I can do to be a voice and to allow you guys to be able to share, because me talking about it and me sharing, people hearing it from you guys is the best thing, because they're hearing it directly from the people that are involved. They're not getting it third party, because of course, that they're going to be over there disputing it. Everybody in charge going to be over there disputing it, and it's going to be hearsay. He said, but if they hear it from you guys, they can hear exactly what's going on. Why would y'all lie? Like,
right.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's an amazing are helping to give us a platform to bounce off of, and you're helping give us a voice again. And that's very amazing, and I'm very, very grateful for it. I believe that people make mistakes, but I don't believe that they are their mistakes, and I believe that people can come back from those. And I also just wanted to tell you thank you for that. I appreciate you taking your time out and allowing me to share with you the things that I go through in here, and for being a voice for us and an advocate for us that feel like we don't have an advocate at many times.
Well, I'm here. The platform is here, and y'all are more than welcome to come back, because I know this 30 minutes is just not enough for you to be able to share everything. So anytime you want to stop by, just let me know, and we will get y'all on and allow y'all to share, because I want people to really see what's going on.
Securus. Goodbye. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Again, y'all, that was another young lady that is currently incarcerated within TDCJ, the hobby unit. Y'all, what these women are experiencing, they should not be experiencing. It's basic human rights, the basic necessities of human rights, to being treated with dignity. We all make mistakes. We all do stuff that we should not be doing. Just some of us, we didn't get caught. So therefore we didn't end up in prison. But they are doing time. They have accepted their punishment, and they're being punished for the crime that they done. You can't keep punishing somebody for something that they are like. Help them recover, help them rehab, help them to prepare to be able to come back to society. But with how these people are treating them and running them through the ringer, it's like you're tearing them down, you're wearing them down, you're wearing them thin. And they're not going to have the opportunity to come back to society and be productive citizens. You're giving these babies, these young ladies that you're talking to, these are individuals that are going in as juveniles. And then you're giving them 50 to 75 and sometimes 100 years, and they got to do 40 of them. These kids going to be 55, 50, and 60 years old when they come out. What they going to be able to do? Here you having to take care of them all of this time, and then you have to take care of them again when they finally do come home. Because 60% statistically in the state of Texas, 60% of the people that go up for parole never make parole. They are denied. So therefore, they have to go to the door. I'm telling you, Texas have some of the messed up laws. Just like I don't get Greg Abbott right now. How are you passing a law where y'all finna start locking up everyone? They gonna start stopping everyone that look like an immigrant. So they about to racially profile immigrants. And if you look like an immigrant, you gonna be arrested. The prisons are already overflowing. You're already understaffed. But yet you want to put more stress on a system that's already stressed out. You see what happened this weekend. What happened a couple of months ago at the same facility. Inmates just walking out. Like the state of Texas, y'all need to get it together because the world is watching. And you are failing terribly. Terribly. Citizens, you need to wake up and take a stand and get these people out of office that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. If they are elected officials, they need to do what they're supposed to be doing. And a lot of them are not. Hold them accountable. Hold them accountable. Well, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I know y'all was like, where is Bernadette? Well, Bernadette is from Canada. She was not feeling well today. So I am going to bring her back on in 2024. Some of these individuals that did not get the opportunity to come on for whatever reason another, we're going to bring them back in 2024. If the opportunity is available, we're going to try to get them back on for 2024. But again, I want to thank everyone that has tuned in tonight. If you have not grabbed your e-copy of The Forgotten Queens, go over, grab your e-copy. It is free until tomorrow. Support us. And if you would like to donate, we are trying to make sure that 1,000 of these books are inside the prison system, that they may circulate throughout the women's prison so that these women can remember that they are not forgotten and that they can find hope. They can find hope. So y'all, we'll be back tomorrow. Prophetess Alma Thomas, Inspirational Moments with Alma. Y'all have a great night.
The book, A Song for Zipporah, written by David Harris, is a powerful historical fiction centering around the life and character of Moses' future wife, Zipporah, before they met. Book author David Harris brings the reader into the relationship between Moses and Zipporah, which was gradual and lush. The story unfolds beautifully when Moses finally asks Zipporah to marry him. Purchase your copy of the book detailing this authentic story, A Song for Zipporah by David Harris today. It's available online at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com.
At Wings of Transformation Publishing, we are committed to helping our authors reach their goals and pursue their dreams of becoming published authors. We work closely with each author to ensure a successful publishing experience, and we are dedicated to helping them tell their stories in the most meaningful and impactful ways. We look forward to putting you on the path to writing your book.
Turn off the lights and light a candle. Tonight I'm in a romantic mood. Yeah. Let's take a shower together.